Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga, and you're listening to Boom Radio. Boom Radio. Keep listening. Don't touch it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is your BoomBar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. It promises to be very interesting. It is the TGIF edition. Yep, it is Friday. It is Friday. So today is definitely going to be interesting. Of course, we know today is New Music Friday, so we're going to be getting a lot of that. Today is back to back music. It's like all these people just don't even want to agree, definitely is going to be a lot of music today. We're going to be reviewing so much. Also sports, there's a lot of sports, especially AFCON, the ongoing AFCON qualifiers. We're definitely going to be reviewing a lot of things. There are a lot of things that we're going to be delving into, the games that happened yesterday, especially Nigeria's game, but beyond that also some other games that popped up. Nigeria's inflation rate has moved up. There are quite a number of things we're also going to be talking about. The new CJN is not joking, as looks like there are quite a number of judges that have been, would I say, sacked. I won't say sacked, because according to the word, some are suspended and some have gone on compulsory retirement. So that's and a few other things. The Ondo elections is tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that and a few other things as time goes on. Mike Tyson is actually also going to, in Nigerian time, the fight is tomorrow, Abi. Yes, if I'm correct, it's tomorrow. But anyway, this and other things are stuff that we're going to be gisting about today. So sit back, relax. If you're listening to us, if you're watching us, sit back, relax as we gist about today's show. My name is Dolupo, by the way, and with me in the studio is Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank God it's Friday. New music, multiple new music Friday. I am excited. Thank you for joining us already. So please share the link with someone. Let us have a conversation about music, sports, politics, and everything in between.
Okay, so we're getting straight into music today. First things first, like I said, it was like there's so much music, and it's not just music. There's so much good music to get from this whole that dropped this whole week. It's just beautiful. So maybe we should just dive right into it. First things first, one of the things that really be anticipating a lot of people are anticipating is Wizkid's album. And in anticipation of his album, there's been a lot of he has been dropping a few singles from that album. Another one that he has now dropped is Dance, or Kese by Wizkid.
Kese. Hey, look, I'm excited about New Music Friday. I've not had this type of buzz about New Music Friday. I'm not sure it's happened this year, that you have this many people dropping amazing songs all at the same time. And I'm saying to myself, okay, are they waiting next week Friday because it's supposed to be some kind of epoch-making event where the same guy drops an album? But yeah, Wizkid with that song, I like the build-up. I like the buzz around it. I dropped it at midnight, and of course, everywhere just went crazy. It's a banger. It's a club banger.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Wizzy has been dropping his usual mellow, mid-tempo, subtle. You've not really had a dance beat from Wizkid in a while.
Yeah, so it's nice. Yeah, it's definitely a different vibe from Wizkid. It's actually nice. Let me just leave it like that. It's actually a very nice song. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let me put it out.
Oh, you have issues with the song?
No. Actually, that's what I said. Let's not overcomplicate it. I think it's a beautiful song. Not my best this week, but it is a beautiful song. Another one that is very interesting that there's also been a lot of buzz around it, and is Ruga and Tiwa Savage.
Toma. So look, there's something about Ruga that you must start to respect if you're into Nigerian music. And it's the fact that Ruga does not play by the rules. You know, like Ruga likes to stand and say, you know what, I'm gonna do my thing, and he got the first lady herself, Tiwa Savage, on this song. They already have a video of the song. You know, I saw the snippets of the behind the scenes and stuff, and there's something about that beat though. It's more of that Brazilian, South American flavor. You know, that which actually can be traced back to Africa if you follow the journey of the drum, you know. But Ruga, shout out to you. You just dropped a banger.
Oh yeah, a nice song actually. Really nice beat. Like I said, this week we seem to have like a lot of beautiful songs. Another one which I don't know if we had talked about it at the bar, but this one came out a few days ago is Kiss Daniel and Adekunle Gold with Panotono.
Yeah, so it's part of the New Music Friday movement.
Yeah, it's not the first time we're seeing both of them on a song together. The other song they had together, fantastic song. I would not so we've always known that Adekunle Gold and Kiss Daniel are
blend.
They're very good blend. They're very good blend, and they definitely give us that same blend with this one as well.
You know, Adekunle Gold is amazing. Kiss Daniel is amazing. What do you get when you mix amazing plus amazing?
It's a beautiful blend.
Pano, tono, pano, you know.
And it's a very nice, even the lyrics, there is some, you know.
The beats,
the everything. Rhythm. It's nice. But do I prefer, I think that the oldest, that song, is the one that is Jore now. The other song
it wasn't just
together.
Both of them on that one.
It was just both of them.
There's another one that was them and there was Weezy or someone.
No,
but these guys have this.
They have a beautiful chemistry.
Anyway, Panotono is a very good song. And during the course of the week, since Dolupo said that, Ricardo Banks dropped Solo.
Yes.
The day after Kiss Daniel and Adekunle dropped Panotono, Ricardo Banks dropped Solo. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's your typical Ricardo Banks. Funny enough, I would say that the only thing that I would have with the song is he definitely needs to work on his marketing strategy. The song for me is nicer than the numbers I'm seeing. Do you understand? It's such a very, very nice song. I don't know if maybe because I'm not even sure that let me say I actually do like Ricardo, but it's actually a very nice song. And then after today I looked at it and it's not doing the kind of numbers you expect that kind of song. But we all know that at times it's not the same for every song. You think this song is nice and it should blow and it won't do as much. Not like it's not doing well, but I would have thought it would do better numbers. But it is on just the fact that looking at the song as the song in itself, I think that song also is a very, very nice song. And moving on from that, Mayokun featuring Fireboy DML with Innocent.
Fireboy. You know, Fireboy always brings his own flavor. He brings his own flavor.
The song sounds like a Fireboy song.
You know, but the combination between these two is another good blend.
Oh, it is a good blend. Like I said, it sounded more like Mayokun was trying to get into the Fireboy DML's vibe. Also, it sounded like a Fireboy DML song that will be on the album, not a song as a single. To me, the song is it's a song that it probably would grow on you, but it's at first listen, it didn't sound like a very great song to me.
Me, I shall like it, sha. So
it could probably grow on me,
but it's all good.
I think it was a very mid song. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
Now moving on from that, and this one is my song of the day or song of the week. And why I said so is not because people that know me know I have a huge bias for Olamide. I also love Peruzzi. However, this song is a beautiful blend of both. It is not your usual Peruzzi. But we all know that Peruzzi is extremely talented. We all know that Olamide is extremely talented. You can't even say this is your usual Olamide because you can't even box Olamide into a box. Olamide is everything. You can't. This time you're hearing him sing. This time you're hearing him sing choruses for other people. This time he's pure rap. He's doing trap, and so that you can't even say this is not your pure typical Olamide because there is actually no typical Olamide. However, it's not just about the song, the lyrics of the song, the message of the song. I think it's just a fantastic. It's a complete song.
Before they started looking at some recent artists as street artists or street vibe, this beat that Peruzzi and Olamide jumped on is like a street vibe beat. That's what we used to call it way back when. Peruzzi is such a great songwriter, and there's something strange about this song. At some point, you're expecting them to upgrade or update the details to say Peruzzi, Olamide, and Don Jazzy. There's a part where you just keep hearing, is there a Don Jazzy?
You think that this, if it is, we don't know if it's Peruzzi.
Yeah.
You can hear him lip sync to, especially if you see the video, you can see that he's lip syncing to those parts. But I thought it was the only one. I'm like, okay, is there a Don Jazzy in this mix? I would not be surprised if there was a Don Jazzy at the bottom of. Yes, I totally agree with you. It sounded so much like Don Jazzy at a point.
It's another banger. It's
a beautiful song. It's a way to we've not seen so much of Peruzzi doing such big stuff. Some of his songs you just hear and just comes and goes. But I think this particular one, not just because it's Olamide on it, but I think it's a beautiful, beautiful song. I think it's a song that would carry very far. And talking about Don Jazzy and Johnny Drill dropped an EP together, Had Guy Conversations, earlier in the week.
Yeah, yesterday the songs were all over the place. I listened to, I think there are 4 of them, and I believe I have listened to all 4 of them more than once. And it's funny how they're both producers. Do you get? Mm-hmm. But Johnny is known more as a singer.
Yeah.
But he's also a producer. Don't get it twisted. The guy is an amazing producer. But Don Jazzy has always been the producer, the beat maker, the MD CEO. I like the way he handed over to someone else now. But there's something about Don Jazzy, the singer. On this EP, he was singing. I know there's a little bit of help with the vocoder at times and everything.
Yeah, but these
songs are good.
There's a texture that Don Jazzy, which is what we're talking about.
And it stays within range.
I would not be surprised again. I will go back to the Peruzzi song if after a while there's a gist that Don Jazzy was maybe a backup singer somewhere in that song. There's just something that Don Jazzy's voice does to a song, and like you said, it stays within range. It doesn't do too much. But it definitely is a nice EP for people to go listen to. And talking about the Mavens, Dolupo decided to team up with Adekunle Gold and Kel P to give us Ekwe.
Yeah, so Ekwe, the original is sample Ekwe. Mm-hmm. That song is doomed to be sampled forever. They're not the first that's going to sample Ekwe. And it's a subtle sample, but it's still a sample. And again, it's Adekunle and Dolupo, And Dolupo has made that his opening line or one of his usual lines. But you knew that.
Yeah.
Yes, we knew that. But trust me, you and Adekunle was good.
It's good.
It was good.
I totally would agree with you on that. Like I said, there's so many songs back to back that decided to drop. Another very interesting one that maybe a lot of people didn't see coming was Rika Sani, Neo, and Joe Boy.
Okay. So, Rika Sani, of course, man has relocated to the US more or less. Even if he's still dropping his songs on the regular. I like him. It doesn't allow an entire year or entire 6 months go without him dropping something really nice. But nobody saw a collaboration with Neo coming. And then he has Joe Boy in the mix. It's one of the songs I played more than once. And it's a very good song too. Go get it.
Oh, yeah. Now, still talking about songs. Let's see how much we can still go through, basically. So, talking about Olamide, Lade has a song with Olamide, One by One. I've not listened to it. I tried getting it. Can't seem to place my hand on it. But there are quite a number of songs that also got released. Bella Shmurda has Dangbana Republic and Bella Shmurda with Shalaye. Oladips, that's Oladips.
The one that died this time last year, then came back.
Guess what? Guess what?
It was his
album,
1 year.
Guess what his album is called? Have a wild guess.
Yeah.
Lazarus.
Yeah. You know, because
the guy that came back from the dead.
It was trending yesterday because on Twitter they were celebrating the 1 year of his not demise.
Nigerians, they never forget anything.
Nigerian Twitter is terrible.
Terrible. Also, Yaya released an EP called 888.
Yeah, listen to I think there are 4 or 5 of those songs. Makadze, there's a song with Makadze. There's a song London Girl song with Tenny. But the one is done alone. There's a particular one that he did all by himself that I really, really liked. Then the one with Makadze. No, Yaya.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that got me was, I'm sure he probably recorded his songs a couple of months ago. Because if you haven't noticed, Nigeria has moved away from Amapiano.
Yeah.
So he had 1 or 2 that were.
So like, okay.
They didn't take away the beauty of those songs.
Those songs, definitely. DJ is back. DJ decided to drop Murder. Also listening to that song. And there are quite a number of songs that also came out this weekend. But definitely, it is a weekend filled with a lot of music that we're going to be playing right here on Boom Radio NG from today, tomorrow, and Sunday as well. There's so many songs that you definitely have to catch up on. But before we leave the gist of music or entertainment, interesting story coming out from Mr. Portable. Mr. Portable is in the news now as a lot of people are reacting after he was on a video call or video, what do they call those things? Live stream, where he had talked about how he had blown, or his song Zazu had blown before Olamide jumped on it, and that Olamide did not make him famous. And after the Zazu, basically, after that, where is Olamide again?
Okay. All right, let's talk about Portable for a minute or two. I think that Portable is one of the smartest Nigerian musicians or artists out there. Can't really call him a musician. He's an artist. He performs. Don't know much about how much music he knows or makes. But he's a smart guy. You know why I say that? Whenever he needs a buzz, he causes controversy. Do you understand? He's always going to come out to say this same thing. He said it last year. He said it before. He said it more than once. Then he will go back to say, Olamide is Baba. Just watch. It's the same pattern. And after he said this, expect him to drop a song or two. It's a pattern that he has used, repeat, and use again. He has done it over and over again. That, you start to think like, all right, well, okay, we get it. You're just doing your thing. I don't take him serious when it comes to him saying those kind of things. That's the truth. Because nobody heard of you. Nobody. We even heard how, and we know how Olamide even paid for the video. He paid for the music video and everything, featured in it, and just made sure. There's something that I was hoping we were going to talk about before we got to this, but now you've given me an opportunity. There is no Nigerian artist, living or dead, that, in my opinion, has supported many artists. Please excuse me. The way Olamide has done. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, there is no artist that goes out of his way to empower people, even the ones that came before him, or the ones that are his contemporaries, or the ones that are, especially the ones that have come after him. The strange thing is that for almost all of them, he's the one that actually reaches out to them. Lade, that did Adult to Naskam, the one we're talking about. Yeah, she
posted.
Olamide reached out to her. I was interviewing or speaking with YC, and YC told me straight up that it was Olamide that reached out to him. Bella Shmurda, they would have tried to reach him earlier at times, but he always makes that connection. remember Sosahi?
Yeah.
Kung Fu Sose. There's so many artists like that Olamide would reach out. He has no ears around him. So for people like what's his name now? Portable. They think they need to do this to get attention because they want to ride.
Yeah, I think it is.
They want to ride on that Olamide wave. That's what they're trying to do. You know, I saw a video of him hanging out with his YBNL boys in America. You know, it was him, Fireboy, and Ashake. You get, and I said to myself, this is a great man.
Like you said, actually, it makes sense that he's the attention. He's very attention seeking, and he's working. I just hope that for his sake, it works long enough.
No, I think a lot of artists have learned how to ignore him.
Yeah, and it's obvious that Olamide has mastered that. Like,
did you see what he did with Davido? Who is Davido? He called him out, abused him, cursed him, did everything. Just a few days after that one, had taken him out shopping and giving him money. Then later he now recanted and said that it was Bella or someone that was behind. No, it was Zlatan.
Zlatan that was behind it.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that, like I said, a lot of people are not just giving him the audience anymore. There's no point going from that. So anyway, we'll see where all this drama is going to end. But moving on from that, let's talk about sports and let's talk about the AFCON qualifiers. So of course we know that it's the international break and there's a lot of qualifying games going back and forth, and that's one of the things but the one that we're going to really talk about is the one that really concerns us, and is AFCON. Now, first things first, Nigeria played yesterday at 8 p.m. However, interesting things happened. As on the show yesterday, we were analyzing and we had talked about how
the day before yesterday.
Oh, sorry, the day before yesterday, we had analyzed that how Nigeria needed 1 point to qualify. Interestingly, they qualified before they even played the game yesterday. And it might have been a little confusing for a few people. So, that's one by one. Please, could you explain that quickly?
It's all about points, actually, because under the assumption that Rwanda and Libya would have gone the way of Rwanda, meaning that Rwanda would have won, then Nigeria would have required at least just one more point, to qualify officially. You get, because it means that the other, at least one or two other countries could still qualify, and Libya would have fallen out completely. Yeah. But Libya went to Kigali, and they did the unthinkable, which meant that the point that we were trying to secure from Benin was no longer required.
Yeah.
So that's what played out. And before the first kick of a ball yesterday in Abidjan between Benin Republic and Nigeria, the game in Rwanda had ended and Nigeria had qualified.
So for that reason now moving on from that, Nigeria then played and the game ended 1-1 with Benin Republic. And I remember that you had talked about how the game was not going to be easy, even though Nigeria defeated them a couple of weeks ago in Nigeria. However, with that 1-1, Nigeria now tops the group regardless of the last game. I think they have 11 points now. And so the remaining 3 are literally fighting for points because it could be anybody's game at this point, especially with the points that are on the board. Now, talking about yesterday's game, first things first, do you think that Nigeria could have done better, or the Benin Republic outplayed Nigeria?
There's no way Nigeria could have done better than what they did. I saw it coming, and I don't like, saying, I told you so kind of thing. But yeah, I did, because the truth is there's a lot between us and them. It's a derby. And, if you understand how football works, in a derby, you throw out the form books. Nobody's talking about how you're so much of a great player or a great team anymore. Then remember that one of Nigeria's best coaches in recent times, Kenneth Raw, is coaching that team.
Who has coached this exact team, Nigerian team?
He knows a lot of these players, apart from the new ones that just joined them. You know, then Nigeria has a funny situation of having an interim coach. You know, then there are a lot of Nigerian boys who play for Benin Republic. You know, it's like they identify as Beninois. You know, but some of them are actually Beninois, but they are Yoruba by heritage.
Yeah, Yoruba, exactly.
But some of them are just Niger boys who actually are playing for Benin. That's a fact. Regardless of all of that, you think they're going to roll over and say, you know, no. You know, so that's what it is. And it was always going to be a tough game. We've had even tougher situations with Togo.
Yeah,
you know?
and
so
a few people have also said that the fact that the boys didn't have so much time to practice together.
Yeah, that would always be a factor. It will always be a factor. Realize that the bulk of Nigeria's players are based in Europe. The bulk of them are based in Europe. Some of them even played on Sunday. Some played on Saturday. Then the logistics of flying from their bases all over, not to Nigeria now, but not to Benin itself, because they hosted the game in Cote d'Ivoire.
In Cote d'Ivoire, yeah.
You know, that would contribute to
probably
a
had
loss
some of them probably had
time.
2-3 flights.
Yeah, connecting flights here and there. Then don't forget now, we're all human. The wear and tear on your body, like you just played a tough game. A few hours after you hit the road and everything, all of those things would actually culminate in you not being available on time. So they barely trained twice. Do you get?
Yeah.
So that's also a
are you
factor.
saying that now, because the Rwandan game is a couple of days now, they probably have more time to gel together? We probably might see a better team play.
Yeah, the Rwanda game is what we usually call a dead rubber game. Like, you know what? It doesn't have any bearing on us, apart from bragging rights and maybe FIFA ranking. Like, you want to say, for instance, like we did almost 100% in qualifying for AFCON. Again, I see the coach allowing some of the newer players a chance.
This one is a better.
Yeah, that's what I see. Like, it's a chance for him to
let everybody
the uncapped
play.
And, you know, also allow some of them who are chasing some kind of records or whatever to chase it.
Yeah.
And speaking of records, you know, Victor Osimhen.
Yeah,
is now a par with
Segun Odegbami.
Now the next target, because a lot of people found it hard to even catch up with Odegbami, not to talk of meeting Yekini in 37.
We could see that. Goals. Can we say that he's very cold because he's still young?
Age is on his side. He has everything. He has all it takes to actually score as many goals as Rashidi Yekini scored for Nigeria.
And maybe even surpass it. Okay, until talking about that, so Victor Osimhen's equalizer definitely made that game end 1-1. However, it also has now continued the Super Eagles' unbeaten run under Augustine Iguavon.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is I've noticed the clamor for a foreign coach increase in recent times, in the last couple of days. And the funny thing is, if you go by stats and records, Iguavon is having the time of his life,
yeah,
as the interim coach of the Super Eagles. If you're going to bring anybody, let it not be about the color of the person's skin. Let it be that the person you're bringing is better than Augustine Iguavon. Or else, give him the full-time job. Set the targets for him the way you would set for the foreign coach. And give him all the support you would have given a foreign coach. So far, so good. You know, this is not the first time that he's had to hold forth for Nigeria. And every time he gets better. There was the other AFCON that people were coming for him. I'm like, you guys don't even understand that. He just stepped up just to help us. You understand? Because he's director of football and a coach. But every time there's a problem, he always plugs in. But now, give him the job.
In my opinion,
I'm not adverse to them bringing another coach. I'm just saying that why bring someone that is not better than the person you have?
And
that was my problem.
And it's not looking bad. The record is not looking bad at all.
That was my problem with Pacero. When they brought him, I'm like,
what record does he have?
Is he better than the Nigerian coaches that we have? These are the real issues. I am glad that a football person, hopefully he will be a sports person, is the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko. I am even happier that the DG that the president appointed is Bukola Olakbade, who is a grassroots sports person. He owns a football club. He organizes the biggest marathon in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa. That's the Access Bank Marathon. So these people,
they probably get it.
They will be able to lean on the NFF to say, why are we bringing a person that is not better than Eguavon?
Yeah.
And we now be paying the person some mad money.
Exactly.
And it's not any better than our Nigerian coach.
Yeah. So we definitely will see. The Nigerian team is definitely on to. But like you said, they still have one more game. So we probably will see him maybe bench a few people and get some other people play. And maybe someone like Anosime might also add to his tally again. Now moving on, before we leave that, just wanted to put it out there, 15 teams have now officially qualified for AFCON. There are 24 slots, but 15 have now qualified. Morocco, who is the host, theirs is automatic. Now Burkina Faso from Group L has qualified, Cameroon from Group J, Algeria from Group E, Democratic Republic of Congo from Group H, Senegal from Group L as well, Egypt from Group C, Angola from Group F, Equatorial Guinea from Group E, Cote d'Ivoire, Gabon, Uganda, South Africa, Tunisia, and Nigeria. So with the last couple of games coming up in a few days, we will still see.
Let us say a prayer for Ghana, though. My heart, our thoughts, and our prayers go out to our brothers in Ghana.
Why do I feel that your prayer is very...
I'm being sincere.
Yeah, right.
Charlie?
They have... they're playing Angola today.
Charlie?
You're playing Angola today.
Charlie, I'm being sincere.
They're playing Angola today.
And
I just wanted to...
Angola has had a good run.
That's what I'm saying. They're playing Angola today.
Ghana has been hit by so many withdrawals.
They have,
especially Mr. Party after party after party.
They are playing Angola
but some players are
today.
Returning, Kudus and all of them. So let's hope that Ghana will make it to AFCON.
Okay,
but if they don't,
it's not looking good.
If they don't,
it's not looking good.
They can support.
They can
Nigeria.
just watch. You can just
no,
watch.
No, don't support us. Support.
We don't need your support.
Else.
We don't need your support.
But thoughts and prayers are with
them.
The Ghanaian team.
Okay, before we leave the issue of sports, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, the day is finally upon us.
Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul at the stare down.
However, a lot of people are saying, because there's now a longer video where Jake Paul actually stepped on him.
He was the one that instigated it.
So
but the media was played up now. At least that angle, that side of the media. Mm-hmm. The thing about it is there's a lot to discuss about this. Suddenly there's this trend of celebrity boxing matches.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is 58 or thereabout. He's fighting a 27 or 28-year-old man.
Which would normally
that's like a 31-year gap. You know, Tyson hasn't fought an official bout since 2005 or thereabout. And this is 2024.
And they kind of like almost weigh the same thing from their way in. But it's definitely going to be on Netflix. Let's give it a try. Check it out.
So tomorrow morning for Nigerians, around 5 o'clock.
Yeah, because it's 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, that's when the whole thing starts. But I think the fight will be around 11 or thereabout.
Yeah.
Because there are other things.
Of drama.
But the thing about it is that I've always been a Tyson fan. I don't know why he's fighting this person, but if you look at the money, you say, okay, I know why he's fighting the person. And I hope it doesn't rubbish his legacy, though. I hope this, because all the bookies are saying that Jake Paul will beat Mike Tyson.
But really, even if he gets beaten by Jake Paul, because honest truth is, we all know Jake Paul is not like an official boxer, yeah?
He has a license and everything.
Now, that he didn't start out like that. To now beat like the almighty Mike Tyson. However, they're not age mates, so going on about beating Mike Tyson that he's like 20-something years older than you.
30.
30-something years older than you. But we'll see. We'll see
There's
where
a 31-year gap 31 years.
So, which I don't think that it would be so much bragging rights for beating someone that is 31 years older than you.
Yeah, there's a 31-year gap. It's gonna be fun though.
But it definitely will be fun to watch. Oh yes.
And Mike Tyson has also shown you that forget your age, leave out the excuses. You can live a good life and be fit, and you can even get knocked down and come back up
again. Yeah, definitely.
And I mean it physically and otherwise.
Now let's move on from that. NBS, that's the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, that's officially announced inflation rate has risen to 33.88%. So what they're saying is that other than the petrol, we know that the price of PMS and all that is really doing a number on the goods and services. They're saying that the floods that happened in a lot in the north, like Borno State, and they basically a lot of floods that happened where there's a large chunk of food that was destroyed from those places also increased the cost of, which makes sense actually. Means that it has now created some form of scarcity in some parts. So yes, so
one of the things that they must look at beyond the floods, Dolupo, is the logistics. From the farm to the market, from the farm to the table. Stories of how people pay a ham and a leg, like it costs a ham and a leg to move food from one part of Nigeria to the other part, must be looked into.
Yeah.
Because even again, our inability to also have proper storage. So when there's a glut, food gets to waste.
Exactly.
So when there's demand and there's no supply, of course, inflation will go up. But imagine if we have proper storage and all of that. So I get all of that. We're not surprised, but majorly, beyond the flood for us, our main focus still remains on the pump price of petrol.
Now, one very interesting thing that happened yesterday is President Buhari and his appointments, which the honest truth is from day one here, President Tinubu said, Buhari, sorry.
I knew you would hit you again, so I just left it.
So President Tinubu has definitely been giving us surprises with some of his appointments from day one. So I'm not sure people will be very surprised anymore, seeing how a whole former PDP governor is a whole minister, all those kind of things. And that
the wife of a former APGA chieftain is a minister.
He's a minister. And another very interesting one is now appointing former aide of Atiku Abubakar as a special advisor. Daniel Bwala.
I have a take on that. It might not make sense and it might not be popular. It might even be a conspiracy theory. But I have now come to a point where there's nothing that except to show me some proof. Daniel Bwala went to work for Atiku on Tinubu's instructions. My opinion. That a lot of these guys, and look, there's a guy, I keep forgetting his name, he's from the north, that worked with Peter Obi closely. Do you know that he's back in the APC? He announced it about a month or two ago. Do you understand? So, it's not a Tinubu problem. It's an Atiku, Obi, and all the other politicians problem. Like, you guys don't understand that this guy that you...
know, funny thing, I saw a thread where someone had broken it down and talking about this thing that you're saying, how he seems to have, since 1999, seems to have been infiltrating everybody and everywhere. And we're looking at it now, and then some people are going on about how 2027 will not be easy. However, it's not even looking like there is any opposition.
See, right now. I saw tweets from APC people, or more or less Tinubu supporters, angry that why would he be rewarding someone that left the party and abused him and did everything? And I'm saying to myself, open your eyes and see that this
was all the plan.
Tinubu is a bad man. Yes, I said it.
Oh my God.
I said yes.
But give it to the man.
I'm not taking it back. Daniel Bwala was Agent Daniel, sent on a mission, and he wasn't the only one.
And he definitely wasn't the only one. Was successful.
He was not the only one. There are a couple of them who had gone to other parties and all of that. It wasn't the only one. It's politics at its, I won't say its finest, at its craziest, that a lot of people probably don't know who they are playing politics with. Yeah, but Daniel Bwala, it wasn't the only appointment, though.
Oh, yes, it wasn't. It was just...
Bisoye Fagade, is now DG of the Institute of Tourism and all of that. And I think it's a square peg in a square hole. Bukola Olakpade, I mentioned him earlier. Uzogula, like we like to call him. Uzogula was Commissioner of Sports under Agbenga Daniel. Do you get? But after he had left that appointment, he's one of the few people that I respect a lot, that they took whatever they had learnt there and they re-channeled it. And look at him today. Almost all if there are 10, let's say there are 20 marathons in Nigeria. Uzogula owns or is involved in at least 6 of the best.
Yeah.
If they're like, so if you're ranking
someone
them,
that has been able to do those things successfully.
Yeah. So he owns a football club. We're hoping that he can try, and all the events that he's involved in are very successful. They're fully marketed. There are a lot of corporate brands on board. He just knows how to get results. So beyond the appointment of Daniel Bwala, I like to call him Bwala, but Daniel Bwala, there was another doctor that was appointed, but the 3 that I know very well was Bwala, Bisoye Fagade, and Bisoye Fagade, popularly known as Oyosi Madu, and of course Bukola Olakpade.
Okay, now moving on from that, the Federal Executive Council has now approved a 47.9 trillion naira 2025 budget. So this one, there's been a lot of talks on this one. They're talking about how there's a bit of breakdown that has been released about how there's just about 6 point something trillion of this that is supposed to be sourced from borrowing. There's been a lot of comparison between this new budget and old budget.
Yeah,
and
that was higher.
The amounts that borrowing they were going to get from borrowing and all that and all that. So there's been a bit of what's it called, but I think that until most of these things, until we go, maybe it goes to the National Assembly, maybe we'll hear what their breakdown is. Most of the time, I don't even think they ever even read these things. Okay.
Yeah. The good thing is that the budget is coming at the right time. Big shout out to former President Buhari for rearranging the budget so that we could have a calendar year budget instead of. I remember when March, April, we are still waiting for the budget of Nigeria. We've passed that stage now. You like it or not, but it's a fact that Buhari was able to do that. And Tinubu dropped his budget around this time last day, the one that we're on now.
Yeah.
And hopefully the next one has been dropped. The feelers that I'm getting is that it's a chance to ramp up, infrastructural development. And I was reading a thread. Someone was breaking it down and saying that it really hopes, and I'm hoping to because I key into it. That's why I'm bringing it to the fore. Not my idea, but I hope that we could get to the point where we don't even benchmark against oil anymore. Looking at how volatile and crazy that industry might be or is.
Okay. Now moving on from that, interesting news coming as now the SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission, has proposed a 20 million naira fine and jail terms for Ponzi scheme operators. So what they're saying is that they're making a proposal in the Investments and Securities Bill that they're passing on, that it is in the National Assembly already, saying that they officially want to criminalize Ponzi and pyramid schemes.
Why didn't we have this in the past? Can they backdate it? And will they be able to catch all the MMMs of this world and the travel club, or what was that other one?
Okay, so I get the point that people, these things are not nice, yeah? However, are people ever forced into it?
Dolupo, it's not about force. There's coercion. There's love. There's trust involved here. you probably haven't had to invest in any of these things.
No.
But you will not get it. You won't get it until you are in it. For instance, your spouse or your boyfriend or your wife or your uncle, your pastor invest in a Ponzi scheme. He doesn't know it's Ponzi, but it's Ponzi. And he gets returns.
But the issue with Ponzi schemes every single time, even if is the ROI is always unbelievably high. And that's the number one thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Dolupo,
it's not sustainable.
The farms that a lot of people invested in a few years ago, that were not Ponzi schemes.
But the ROI was too high.
But they were not Ponzi schemes.
But the ROI didn't make sense.
Okay, you can
It
stay there and say anything. But I can tell you for free that when you trust people, this is not even about greed or anything. I can talk from experience where you have business experts, people that you invest with, and they come to you and say, you know what, you remember that other shares that I told you to buy? You're talking about ROI and all of that. Do you know how many times people who know about the stock market, people don't play stock market, maybe because I'm disconnected from all the stock market people that I know. But there was a time when people would tell you, do you have money now? Go and buy this stock. Buy this stock. Then you buy it. Then a few days after, it goes boom. And it's not Ponzi Dolu. If the same person comes to you and you actually make money, your ROI is mad. I'm trying to be very objective here. I'm one of the people that, if you go and check our old videos, I will knock anybody that's falling for anything. But I'm also trying to be objective to say that not everybody that has fallen into that trap is in search of some mad profit, or some overnight success. But there are ways that you fall into this trap without knowing, without wanting to. Even the people who bring you into it at times, they don't intend to. They don't intend to at all. Again, some of the Ponzi schemes are wrapped as pyramid schemes. And pyramid marketing is not a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
It's not. There are companies that what they did was they have a good product or they have several products. So what they do is that they look at the cost of advertising and say, instead of spending 10% of our funds on advertising, let us give it to people who will market us directly. And that's how these pyramid schemes came into place. And they're not Ponzi schemes like, okay, so if I'm selling this red cup, instead of paying 10% of it as marketing to mainstream media, let me give that 10% to Dolupo if she can sell one cup. And Dolupo sells one cup and gets the 10%, and she's like, wow. Then I'm like, if you sell two, you still get the same 10%. And she looks at it and said, that means if I get more people to help me sell, I can make more. Meanwhile, I'm the one that brought her in, and I start to move up the ladder. And it's not Ponzi. There are actually 3 or 4 companies that I know that are still in existence that have been doing this pyramid marketing for a while. And some of the Ponzi schemes are fashioned like that.
Yeah.
So it's not everybody that falls into it that is trying to do an MMM.
Okay, so we'll see where all that is going to. We hope.
But I like the fact that there's a law that they are trying to pass and all.
It's trying to be passed. Now, talking about laws, the Supreme Court has now dismissed the suit that was instituted by 16 states of the Federation against the Attorney General challenging the constitutionality of the acts establishing the EFCC, ICPC, and the NFIU. So EFCC is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, ICPC is the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, and the NFIU is the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. The Apex Court has dismissed it for lacking merit.
I am so happy, and you just wonder, like, these states, were they really concerned about the legality or illegality, or were they concerned about the fact that these anti-corruption bodies were going to come for them like they have done in the past for their predecessors? That's the way I see it. I see it as state governors who think that in their numbers they can pervert justice. That's the way I see it. I have not mentioned anybody's name. But why would you want to go against an anti-corruption body? Donald Trump has got this Vivek Rashwani guy and Elon Musk on the sideline. They're going to be in charge of DOG, the Department of Government Expenditure or whatever. The whole idea is, when I looked at it, I said, this is like their own EFCC of sorts. Like, and they're already. Have you seen some things that the U.S. government has spent money on? You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Do you get? We already have something like that in place. I just feel that we need to empower them more. We need to empower the EFCC and also train them more so that their men stop being unprofessional.
Some of their men.
Yeah, all their men need training.
Yeah.
They need training so that, the rules of engagement, everything, and they need autonomy.
Okay, so now it's official. The Supreme Court has spoken on that, and everybody can put all that drama to bed. And talking about judges, the National Judicial Council has now suspended a few judges. Justice G.C. Aguma of the High Court in Rivers State and Justice A.O. Nwabunike from performing judicial functions for a year, and also placed them on a watch list. Okay, so now they've was suspended without pay for 1 year and placed on watch list for 2 years. They're saying that according to the NJC chaired by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, they're saying that they had some very conflicting judgments, some as far back as 2020. Also a total of 5 judicial officers, actually, because 3 other judges were also the duo of Chief Judge of Imo State, Honorable Justice T.E. Chukwuebuka Chikeke, and Grand Kandi of Yobe State were recommended for compulsory retirement for falsification of age. So, listen though, one person has 2 ages, another has 3 ages. So, according to Honorable Justice Chukwuebuka Chikeka, is said to have 2 different dates of birth. One is 27th October 1956, and that also has a sworn affidavit of a 27th October 1958. Yeah. Also, Honorable Kadi Madi has 3 different dates of birth. Okay. 10th of December, 28th of January, and July, all in 1959. But they're saying that his actual date of birth is even 1952.
Well, you see, you shouldn't be laughing, because when people make mistakes,
you're not even gotten to the worst part. They're now saying, let me just finish so that you can say everything together. They're now saying that these people are going on compulsory retirement, backdating it to the original time they should have they will now return money that they have made, and that they should return all the funds, all the salary they have been paid since that time.
You see, you don't understand. You see, some of these people, it's not like they really wanted to change their dates. You understand? They don't want 3 birth dates, but at times you feel like changing your birthday. Maybe like you're happy. You're just happy, and you say, let me do birthday today. You understand? People are now recording it against their name. It's not fair. You should allow them, even if they have to have 4th birthday, they can have 4. Okay. You understand? The constitution must be adjusted. Well, like, even me, I'm trying to.
If judges are changing dates, what is now
there's
left?
No hope. See,
what is that left?
See, there's no hope because they say you must come to equity with clean hands, but equity's hands are dirty.
Are there even hands at this point? Are there even any hands at this point?
Now. They say you must come to equity with clean hands. Okay, maybe their own is water. They are the water and soap. But if your hand is clean, you don't need water and soap.
See, one person has 2 different year dates.
And it's only babes that used to do this thing. It's babes.
I don't like it.
Dolupo, are you like them? No. Is it not babes that always
I don't know what you're talking about. Why would you say that?
One of them.
Like what?
I did not figure you for that. You have 2 birthdays. We don't do that here.
How many birthdays do you know that I have?
So I said this babe that do it. I'm speaking from experience.
What? Okay.
You want to invalidate my own experience?
Okay. So put some.
It's only babes that do this thing.
No, I don't agree.
It's only babes that have more than 1 birthday.
I don't
Once
agree.
they meet a guy, it's my birthday next month. Once they meet a guy, it's my birthday next week. They will now forget that they have told the guy. Then the next year, the guy will now remember and bring flower and say, why you give me flower? But it was your birthday. He said, no, it's next month. The truth is, it is shameful, it is disgusting and disgraceful that judges will do this. And if a judge can change his birthday
what is now left
3 times, the judge can change his
judgment.
The
funny thing is that
it can be induced.
It's interesting how we can say
it can be
you can
cajoled.
say that is a mistake. The daddy that
other one is the same date.
It's same date. It's just
but different year.
3 different dates, 3 different months, and then completely you put it as 1958.
Another thing,
but you actually
that judge, that Grand Caddy,
oh, wow.
that Grand Caddy, that judge, I think what happened is that when he was in school, the first year, his birthday was not during school time, and he wanted to take party packs to school, so he now changed it. On. You understand?
We're moving on.
So
anyway,
please,
just wanted to put this
complain.
out there. There's an update. We had talked about FCCPC's complaints about the electricity distribution companies and their and the change of meters. Remember, we had talked about it. Now it has now been official. Discos have now suspended their meter phase out for now.
Yeah, you know this.
So they don't want to pay.
Look, Nigerian distribution companies are trying to scam everybody. I'm saying it boldly. We pay for the meters that belong to you. Then we now pay to recharge the meters. Then when the meters get bad, we still pay to fix it.
But you choose to want to change the meter now.
Then we have to pay again.
Scam. Biggest scam.
I don't do not scam. You better get that for your
we
mind.
All know it's
Can somebody remix it? Nigerian disco companies are scam.
Scam. The scam that people are pulling off.
Yo, scam, man. Scam is scamming the scam nowadays.
Now, INEC has now begun distribution of sensitive materials for Ondo polls is tomorrow. Also, 3 governorship candidates have now stepped down for Governor Ayedatiwa for re-election.
Politics.
What do we think this is coming to? Is it looking like there's a chance for anybody else?
Well, it depends on who you're listening to. If you check out PDP Twitter, they're telling you that, the people want change.
But they've already started wailing, no?
Excuse you. Please. If you check PDP Twitter, a few of the PDP influencers that I know, they're posting videos and telling us, they showed the governor of Osun State dancing at a rally, and they're like, you know what, shut down, they got this. And you check APC influencers, and they're telling you, and they're showing you videos too of how APC's got this, like it's all over. APC has won. That's according to the APC Twitter people. But in all of this, trying to gauge what I see, I think that Lucky Ayedatiwa will win, in my opinion. And the reason why is that the power of incumbency is very strong, and they seem to have pulled the most crowds, although crowds don't matter anymore.
These days, yeah.
They don't matter anymore. Then, I'm in touch with 1 or 2 people in Ondo, and they're like, you know what? These people don't even exist. Again, there's a judgment against the Labour Party candidate.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, so if you look at all of these things, it's now solely between PDP and APC.
So we'll see where all that definitely brings you the results.
I strongly believe that Ondo State would keep its shape and form.
Okay, and on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on the BoomBar. We'll be back on Monday to give you another wonderful edition of the BoomBar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful weekend ahead.
Peace.